I want to make a YouTube video about why I do this. You know, there's fitness, there's health, there's well-being. Well-being, I think, is the optimum interplay between your mind, body, and spirit. I think that you're all one piece there. I think that health is the optimum interplay between your organs and your hormones and your functions. I think that fitness is the optimum interplay between your cardio, your strength, and your mobility and your power. You know, I think that these things can be quantified, but I think that they're all one piece. I think they all work together, just like you're knitting all 10 of your fingers together, all those things interplay. And if you can bring something into balance or bring something up that you're lacking in, it's a good thing. So I've adopted a couple of these complexes, and it's to trick myself into not thinking I'm working out like it's stereotypical gym rat. I can't stand that shit. On my off days, I do pull-ups, or not pull-ups, but chin-ups, because I don't want tennis elbow. I'm getting a little bit too old for the damn pull-ups anyway. So I do chin-ups, and I do close grip pull-ups sometimes. I do hanging, and I do a long bit of hanging where my shoulders are just let loose, and then I flex at the lats, bring my shoulders down, pull them into the girdle, and it kind of helps me check my shoulder strength before I do any kind of exercise. There are a few things like that I like to do. Anyhow, this is one of the complexes I've adopted. You're supposed to do that every minute on the minute. Well, not supposed to do that. That's how I do it in my way of training, is I try to generate rounds of that. I've only been doing that complex for a while because I've only had 2 kettlebells for a while. Now I'm going to catch my breath on that, and I'm going to come back and give you another one. Sorry, normally recovery from that is a whole lot easier, but I just did 10, or actually it turned out to be 15 rounds of the armor building complex yesterday, so still a little bit sore. It was either yesterday or the day before, it doesn't matter. This is what I had been doing. Let me make sure that you can see. This is what I had been doing when I had just the one kettlebell until recently. Now I'm going to move this one out of the way. That's my old one. I can tell by the texture of the grip. So. And that is one round of it. So I will do several sets of those complexes every minute on the minute, pretty much 3 days a week. Say pretty much because sometimes I make 2, sometimes I make 4, it's usually 3. And on my in-between days, I do this. I already talked about it, but I come down here and come downstairs. And I do sets of 5 chin-ups. I have my problems with the pull-up. Injury history to the shoulder. From swordsmanship, I had some elbow issues from improper form. And I also do dips. We don't even need to cover that. I've already done my dips today, and anything on top of it's going to be whatever. So I do sets of 10 dips. I usually do 3 sets of 10. I'm trying to develop a little bit of a chest. It's just a vanity thing. Unimportant. This is another way that I stay in shape. Yep, you can see how dirty my garage is. So this is very popular with me. I did a little bit of this off camera, so I'm not gonna go overly into it, but I'm gonna do about 5. You do anywhere between 10 and 20 of these. You know, go into this. You know, hold that for about anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds once again. Okay, I'll do it on the other side just because OCD and stuff. And you want to position yourself where your foot is flat, even if you kind of stumble around to get that position. I've got long legs and a short torso and long arms, so. Okay, that is one thing. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my lightest kettlebell because I'm still recovering. So you can do as many of those as you really want. I try to do like 10 reps of it usually, and I'll do a couple sets of that when I'm really warming up the groin. And yeah, other than that, I really like this exercise for opening up the hips. Okay, 90-90. Okay, you can do, I usually do 10 to 20 of these again. It's all pretty much 10 to 20 with that. I keep it simple. Okay, variation of that. I've heard this called the alternating shin box. I've heard it called windshield wipers. Okay, one up, one down, one up, one down. Yeah, so that's one. I've stopped doing the one where you prop yourself up on your knee. After you get good and loose, there's a few more things that I do. There's one that I simply forgot, and then there's another thing that I will cover. Okay, so in the warming up and stretching portion, the mobility portion, I kind of substituted the Cossack squat, the side-to-side squat with the kettlebell for this, the groin rock. Not as big of a fan of that name as I am my name, the kidney stones. Getting one leg behind you, straighten the other leg out like you're a cat peeing, or licking themselves. However it helps you to imagine it. I feel exposed now. Okay, so that's just a cat-legged stretch. Just, yep. I think some people call it a fire hydrant stretch. I don't know about that. Kidney stones is fine for me. So that is certainly one thing that I do. And this is not something to be really minimized, but loaded carries. Loaded carries. So you may grab a single kettlebell, and I won't demonstrate me walking up and down the road because we are snowed in right now. And going for a walk, turning around. At the end point of that walk, switch to hands, walking back. Okay, you can bad clean, but you can walk with it in this position. Better clean, you know. I don't do any of the overheads, so you might say, snatch up, go for a walk like that. Okay, go for a walk like that. I don't think so. Just seems a little bit dangerous to me. My favorite thing to do is to go to the gym early in the morning, put on my 40-pound weight vest, go on 15-degree incline, go anywhere from 3 to 4 miles per hour or whatever the measurement is there, and go from anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes weighted, and 40 minutes to an hour unweighted. I kind of alternate those things. And yeah, there's one last thing I do. I kind of cut this one. This is the last video, but it kind of goes before another one. It'll make sense. I actually like to, after I've gotten all warmed up that way, get down into as best of a split I can. I'm not as judgmental as I used to be about how strict it is. I like to put my head to my knee. People say that doesn't help. So I do both. I kind of go up and make sure my hip goes forward. Okay. And take your time getting down into that. Last thing you want to hear is a snap. Put my head down to my knee, kind of up and about. And then usually my middle split comes easy, but sometimes it does not. Yeah, there we go. Okay, like to lean forward into it. And that's pretty much what I do for my overall fitness. I also like to do an exercise called the humane burpee. I'm not going to bother putting it on there because on this one because like I said, I've already done my exercising and I'm recovering from it. So for demonstration purposes, it would be cool. But if you're interested in it, I can send you another video that I've already done. This is just how I kind of cover all my bases. When I do this stuff at the gym, I finish up by hitting the punching bag a whole lot with my legs and my fist and shit, and you know, trying to get my technique a little bit better with that, not taking it super serial. And this is just how I'm trying to bring my physical bearing into balance. It helps me better to meditate when I've gotten my steam blown off during the day and just don't have anything to worry about. So